There are places on this planet that you're not allowed to visit. Not because they're unsafe, but because someone doesn't want you to see what's there. Sealed vaults, ghost towns, forgotten platforms. From government orders to whispered legends, these 5 locations have one thing in common: you're not supposed to find them. Number 1, the forest where you can't scream. In 1977, a group of Soviet geologists entered a section of Romania's Hoia Baciu forest to investigate a magnetic anomaly. What they found was silence, so complete that their own footsteps felt muted. The forest, already steeped in local superstition, became infamous when 2 of the researchers disappeared without a trace. The others emerged days later, disoriented and terrified, claiming they heard their own screams echoing back at them, but distorted, layered with unfamiliar voices. Romanian officials quietly fenced off the site, citing unstable terrain. Locals now call it the Dead Echo Zone. Tourists who sneak in often return visibly shaken, some muttering the same phrase over and over: "We were heard." No official records acknowledge any danger, and yet the trees still grow in a perfect circle, as if something in the center is breathing. Number 2, Vault E19. Vault E19 does not exist on any public US government map, but documents leaked in 1978 mention it by name. Buried beneath the Nevada desert, 4 miles off any official test range, it was supposedly a containment corridor used for something labeled only as bioresonance suppression. Satellite images from 2003 briefly showed what looked like a collapsed tunnel entrance in the exact area, before being scrubbed from public databases. Days after that appearance, unmarked military convoys were spotted entering the region. They never came back out. Since then, hikers in nearby areas have reported sudden nausea, disorientation, and auditory hallucinations. When questioned, government officials deny the location exists at all, though a few old topographic maps still show a flat scar in the sand, shaped like a hatch. Number 3, the apartment with no doors. In 1992, a Kyoto demolition crew working on an aging apartment block discovered something impossible: a fully intact apartment wedged between the 4th and 5th floors, with no doors, no windows, and no record of its construction. Inside was a red chair, a table set for one, and a wall of neatly stacked notebooks, all filled with writing in flawless Japanese. But none of it made sense. The sentences were grammatically perfect but semantically empty, language with no meaning, as if composed by something that remembered how humans wrote but had forgotten why. A team of linguists took the notebooks for analysis. They never published their findings. The building was sold to a private investor, resealed, and has remained untouched ever since. On some nights, neighboring residents claim to see a light in the window that no longer exists. Number 4, North Centralen Station. Beneath the rail map of Oslo lies a forgotten transit stop, North Centralen Station. Officially decommissioned in 1963, the platform was closed after 3 passengers boarded a train that never arrived, and were never seen again. The station was bricked off, its existence erased from public schedules. In 1999, maintenance workers entered the tunnel for unrelated electrical repairs and reported finding vending machines filled with snacks and packaging that hadn't been manufactured since the 1950s, fresh and sealed. The footage from that inspection has never been released. Urban explorers have since claimed to hear train announcements in languages no one can identify, and strange electronic tones that only activate when no one is filming. Every few years, a ticket is accidentally printed with NSN as its destination. No one has ever been able to redeem it. Number 5, the well that hums. Outside Haskell County, Kansas, there's a concrete disc in the middle of an empty field, unlabeled, cracked, and forgotten. Beneath it lies what farmers once called the humming well. Built in the 1800s and abandoned after the water turned black, it began to emit a low-frequency vibration in 1981 that never stopped. One man camped beside it overnight and was never seen again. In his tent, searchers found a spiral notebook filled with one sentence, written dozens of times: "You are not hearing it. It's hearing you." County officials sealed the well with concrete in 1993. Since then, phone signals drop within 100 yards of the site. Locals refuse to walk near it, and when the wind dies completely, you can still hear something, deep and rhythmic, like breath echoing up from the earth. Strange stories rise here every week. If you made it this far, you're one of us. Subscribe to Shadow Lore, and remember what others are meant to forget.